Hiya, it's Xavier and welcome to my bonsai retreat. And you know, some days I really get to spoil myself and hopefully you're going to enjoy this. Chinese Elm. We ain't going to be looking at this one, but I thought I'd show it to you because old Gonzo here is looking very healthy. Lots of green growth and I'm really happy with that. Probably just going to be wiring these out, but you really don't want to see that. What I mean by happiness is sometimes I get to spoil myself with a finished, what we call premium tree. And if you haven't worked out what I'm talking about by now, well you will have, because you'll have seen the thumbnail and that's why you're looking and clicking. And in fact, if I don't hurry up, some of you are going to click off. Isn't that right? Now, I bet this is what you really want to see. And then if that's not enough, what about this one? Well, now that's what you really came to see, didn't you? But, contrary to popular belief, although this is a gorgeous tree, I have no idea how old it is. I do know how much it cost me, and if you go back to, gosh, I think it was one when I did a how many trees have you got in your garden video. I think I might have talked about how much this cost actually, but as we all know, bonsai isn't about costs. But yeah, my late wife was definitely adamant that there's a couple of trees I should treat myself to. This was one of them. So what we're going to do, it got repotted along with its sister tree last year, and I'm glad I did. So I'm going to be leaving it in this soil for a few more years. I do have thoughts about a deeper pot, but probably be taking advice now. I don't know, Chinese elm, they do tend to like a deeper pot. No, all that's going to happen is I'm literally just going to be trimming back a little bit of the growth back to shape, getting rid of some dead branches. Well, basically do what I said I was going to do in my October-November think ahead video. This is not going to be a long video here, so I'll do my usual. I'll show you a couple of highlights of it and then I'm going to show you when it's done. Is that okay? Well, too late because I've done it already. And apologies, I think we've got the hedge trimming going today. Can't do much about that. Now, with the Chinese elm in this stage, it's what we call a fully ramified, complete tree. What I really have to do is just look out for, as I say, dead areas, areas where, again, we've got 3 coming from 2, where we've got extensions I want to pull back. But truly, because we're in the middle of autumn now, and we're heading definitely towards winter, I don't want to be taking off loads of foliage any way, shape or form. All I'm doing is bringing it back to the desired shape that I want. These, like Japanese maple, have very fine twigging. And certainly a newer growth, if your scissors or shears aren't sharp, you will make an absolute mess of your pruning. And even the sharpest ones, to be fair, can cause some problems. So do make sure that you've sharpened the tools that you're going to be using. I've got my sanding block, 80 grit. Truthfully, I would use my my metal sharpener, but it's blunt. You can't sharpen one of them, so I need to get a new one. So what are we going to do first? I'm glad you are. So there it is. Love this whole root structure. It's been put over this rock. I have no idea of the real history. All I do know is it was imported back in 2017, and when I got it, it was in an absolute shambles of a state, and I really did have to prune back, because if you notice with Chinese elms, a lot of the ones you get at a shop or store purchased, all the branches are meshed and entwangled. Now don't we like that word? Whereas what I did is I tried to start layering them again, so there's a sense of order. Let's get in close and show you some of the things I'm going to be doing. Chinese elm, like many other deciduous, suffer from dieback all over. And often you may think the whole branch has actually died back, but in fact, you know, further here we've got life. So I tend to just chop back gently and just have a look and see where it stops being brown bread looking. And that's pretty well dead all the way back. Same here. So I'll cut these ends off. Now what I will do is in the springtime, I think I cut my finger then, in the springtime when all these leaves are still just buds, I'll have a closer look and see about taking it further. But this is all about neatness, so that's the sort of thing I'll do. We've got another one lower down here, which again I'll just investigate how far the deadness goes. Deep brown, deep brown. I'd much prefer deep purple. Now there's a band. Just have a look, see, no, there's definitely nothing there. So I'm going to take it all the way back to there. I've got this up here, and I'm not looking at, you know, if it's got threes, I'm happy with threes, I'll leave those for now. But I'm literally just going to be going around and doing that first right across the tree. And you know, I thought about doing this to music at fast, fast, fast Xavier motion, but you'd only skip that because I know I would. So, as I say, I will continue to work my way round, just bringing back the profile to what it was that I want. I reckon I'm going to be doing this for at least an hour and a half. It's had a lot of work done last year, so probably an hour and a half. So you go away, get a coffee. By the time you come back, we'll be on the second tree, I reckon. Now the other big reason, of course, I didn't mention is that you do want to clear this out a bit, because Chinese elm grow lots of dense foliage from lots of places. You'll go out to 6, 7, 8 leaf extensions. They get all matted and mixed up, and of course the inner growth dies. And that's the other reason for clearing out and allowing circulation of air to start getting in there and do something about those yellowing, dying leaves. Do you know the other best thing I just realised? I was labouring, like reaching upwards to this tree, and I suddenly realised this stool that I got thanks to your viewing and watching some of the ads was that I was able to get a bar stool that actually goes upwards. So I've actually used it, and I'm really pleased. Anyway, enough of that. So I'm going to keep going round. I'm just coming up towards the apex. Don't know if you can see much difference there, but I can see in there a lot, and it's amazing just how many branches were actually dead as well. So it's nice because it gives the tree room to actually grow and put energy out, but you can see definitely a lot better in there. Okay, well, there it is. Took a lot of the moss and everything off the base there, and I'm glad I did, because I found that there's still quite a bit of mud in closer. Mud, you know, dirt soil. So it's something I need to look at. Maybe I will repot this next year, so that means it'll have done 3 years. But yeah, let me know if you think the depth of that pot is okay. Actually, truthfully, I think it looks okay in that depth, but we'll give it a swing round. Nicely cleaned up. I put some bone meal as well to aid with roots, and I think you can see lots of clarity now on where layers are. And truthfully, I probably won't have to do that much in the spring next year. But 2 questions, and it's relating to a branch here which is coming off, and that's, I remove that, it looked like that. I'm not worried about that one so much, but there's this side here, this one, and we've got our layers there, then the next layer's here, and this one is actually poking up above. Do you think I should get rid of it? It's a lovely old tree, but the good thing is there's lots of stored energy in there. If it is the wrong decision, it will recover, but looking at it, the pad almost goes out horizontally there, and the only way to really do something about that is quite a big chop for an expensive tree like this one. So what do you reckon? Here we go? With or without? That looks nice there. It's gone. Did I make the right decision? I think so. I think so. That gives room for these to grow out. And yeah, we get better pad formation there. So I think that's not a bad idea. Even down to that one as well. So do I do it on this side? We've got this pad here, and then there's a back branch here which is creating this one here. if you look in, and I'll show you why I'm thinking about it. The base of the branch, that one here, it's got two smaller branches that will go out horizontally, creating a nice pad. I could remove that, and I think I will. And even if it's the wrong decision, it leaves space for other stuff to grow in, and if I want this to continue to stay healthy, I need to give the tree something to grow into sometimes. If that makes sense. So, without, it's gone. I think I'll notice the gap missing a lot more there, and then that starts telling me that maybe that one should go as well. So, should I panic about making decisions like that? You know, alright, let's say 400, 500, 600 pounds for the tree. That's an expensive branch. In fact, that's two expensive branches I removed. It took a long time to develop. But what I have done by that is opened up the lower pads, which will then allow a more, well, the growth that I want to replace it, rather than having to push through an upward growing branch. We've now got a proper layer on this side. I'm happy with that. This side, well, that's allowed this pad to develop further this way, and I've got to do a little bit more resolution out the back. It's a lot more cluttered here, and I may well thin some more of that out. That's probably something I'll look at in the spring. So, probably a little bit more than I thought I was going to do, but happy? Yeah, of course I am. And I still think we've got a cracking looking Chinese elm there, and anyone who wants to visit and wants to see these, you're more than welcome. Anyway, let's do a quick before and after of the second one, because it's just going to be the same sort of stuff, but different? Nah. Okay, this second one, definitely another favourite. I like this more, but for different reasons. This one's got a lot more shaggier, but again, the process is going to be exactly the same. Much love. I really love how that rock sits amongst those roots. So it'll just be, again, opening it up, getting rid of the dead bits, getting rid of all the cobwebs. I'll scrape the top of the top sort of centimetre of soil off, just have a look and see, and then I'll put some macadamia or something over the top. So I wonder, with the magic of editing, how this is going to look in about, there you go. And sure enough, just in all, 2 trees, just over 3 hours. And I don't think there was anything complicated. The main work got done 2 years ago. So that's just showing how long it takes to just do 2 trees like this. Cleaned it up, layers defined, hopefully you'll see that. And cleared out the soil and stuff like that. And there it is. Again, another valuable tree, but well worth it. And that's how I remember my wife Zita, among other things. I mean, I have 4 children who keep stomping around. They keep reminding me too. But yeah, very blessed. So if you've enjoyed me having a bit of a pot around with my my expensive Chinese Elm Root on Rocks, then hit the like. You've got to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I mean, I know a lot of you are really supporting me, and I keep saying thanks, but it means so much to me. Especially when I put out some rubbish too, because I have put a bit of rubbish out as well. But you know, trying to keep things going all through the season can be difficult. So if you want to see more of this, then by all means share it, like it, and give suggestions. I've got loads of Chinese elms, I never get near them. I'll be doing a lot of repotting of those, I think, next year, see what we've got. So, have I gone off on one? Yeah. From Xavier, in his bonsai retreat, now only 2 days away from going on holiday, which will date this one. We're actually around the 4th of October. So thanks very much for watching. God bless. Cheers.